Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maggie. Today's video is a little bit different. We're talking about the Dolce & Gabbana incident. Now, this is something that happened over a week ago, so let me refresh your memory. Basically, Dolce & Gabbana was going to host a fashion show in Shanghai, China, and they started an ad campaign on social media to promote it. They released a series of videos featuring a Chinese model eating Italian food using chopsticks. Hashtag D&G loves China, D&G the great show. After they published this video, it was a disaster. Chinese people, me included, feel very offended by it. So now, let's rewind a little. I have to tell you, when I first watched this video, I didn't feel offended or anything. I didn't have time to think about racism and what it means yet. I was just watching the video at the moment, right? The whole experience was very uncomfortable and cringeworthy. I do not know how to react to the video because I don't get the point. I worked in marketing before, and I know before you write an ad campaign, you need to have a purpose. You need to know if you want to convey a message, if you're trying to be funny, or you want to start a conversation, what reaction you want from this ad campaign, right? So for me, I was trying to understand so hard, even though the video was making me uncomfortable as a Chinese person. So I started trying to understand what they're trying to do with this ad, because it wouldn't be fair to them if I was just not doing any research and started calling them racist or whatever, right? Even though they already made me feel that way. But I think it's fair to try to understand their side of the story. So I looked at the video over and over again. I feel like the only way I understand that they're trying to go with is they're trying to be funny. Because there's no other way. I don't think they're trying to be serious. They're not trying to draw tears. It's just, they're just trying to be funny. And I know that every culture expresses humor differently. So I looked up what Italians think is funny, or how Italians express humor. So it turns out that one way Italians express humor is to mock themselves. Being able to laugh at yourself is a very accepted way of expressing humor. Then I drew a conclusion. This is where they went wrong. First of all, what they did wrong is that you're supposed to mock yourself, not the other person. You're not supposed to mock the other person and you want them to feel amused. That is not gonna happen. You need to mock yourself and maybe they'll feel amused. Also, there's a very distinct difference between laughing at someone and laughing with someone. Also, they're laughing at something that is not even true, or that would never happen in a Chinese household. If you know Chinese people at all, they would not attempt to do that with their chopstick. So that is a very huge misunderstanding and misconception. That's the only thing I can say, but that is how I reacted throughout this whole thing. I think this is a disaster in many ways. It's a PR disaster, it's a marketing disaster, it's an advertising disaster. For me, what I cannot understand is how did this ad pass all the reviews of, I guess, different levels of executives of the company. I know Dolce & Gabbana is a private company, but even a private company this big, I mean, it's an international fashion conglomerate. I used to work at a medium-sized company and we used to have reviews from different levels of managers up to our boss. And if anyone thinks it's offensive in any way, we would reconsider it and maybe have it redone. So for me, I just don't really understand how did it get past all the reviews. Then it comes the apology. First of all, before that, there was this whole, my Instagram account got hacked and this vicious conversation calling people or calling China names, this whole thing. Let's just say they got hacked, okay? Even though we don't know if they really got hacked, but let's just say that wasn't him. Their apology video, because they appeared in the video, it must be them. What they're apologizing for to me, it sounded like, I love you, I love your country, I said something based on my belief, and I'm sorry that you got your feelings hurt. This is what it sounded like to me. So this is not an apology. This is just something that their PR team pushed them, or if they have a board of directors. Does private company has board of directors? If you guys know, comment down below, because they're definitely reading off of a teleprompter. Is it called a teleprompter? Teleprompter. They did not, they seem really reluctant to read those, and yeah, to me, they're just succumb under pressure to do that video for us, for the world, because they know that they effed up. So that is the whole thing. Now it's been a week and things started coming down a little bit. I think most of their online stores are banned and their store at Lane Crawford is closed. Let's think about the root cause is that they don't have much of an understanding of the Chinese culture. It's not talked about as much as American culture or Western culture. So for us to react in such an extreme way, just attacking them back or shutting them off, would it scare other brands from coming into China in the future? Not just closing, other brands, other products. If they are trying to come to China, is our reaction towards this incident going to scare them off in the future? I don't know, because we can't guarantee that in the future other brands won't make the same mistake because they don't know much about Chinese culture. So I think why not take this as an understanding and open up a conversation? It could be so much more than that. So I guess the most important question of this thing is, where do we go from here? So maybe next time any brands, any Western brands wants to open up the Chinese market, wants to do an ad towards the Chinese market, consult with a Chinese PR firm or an ad agency or whoever. Have your ad reviewed by Chinese people or whoever, whichever market that you're trying to go into. It's not just China, it's other culture as well. And if it offended anyone, maybe you should think twice before publishing it. So this is just my 2 cents on this issue. Let me know what you think of this, and is there any way to open up conversations or to educate the world a little bit more about the Chinese culture. So thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.